Hi Booktube, it's Eleanor here and I'm so excited. This year, 2015, I did a Booktubers recommend project where I asked 12 Booktubers to recommend me books, and I picked one of their books every month and read that book in the month and then reviewed it in my weekly wrap-ups. It was a way for me to expand my horizons. I tried to pick different Booktubers who read different types of books to me, but also some of them read the same, but they all picked books that I hadn't read, and they were books that I was excited to give a go, and I found some really good books through this project. You will have already seen my roundup of my last year's Booktuber recommends. And so today I'm going to announce the books and the Booktubers that have recommended me books for 2016. So this is my empty jar, and I have already written out all of the names and the books on bits of paper. So what I'm going to do is, as I put them into the jar, I'm going to tell you and show you the book and tell you the Booktuber who has recommended it. We'll put them in the jar, and then starting in January, I will, during my TBR video, I'll pull out my Booktuber recommends for that month, and 2016 will begin. I've picked, I think, different Booktubers, majority of different Booktubers from last year, so it's really exciting and I can't wait. So let's have a look at the books and the Booktubers. So the first book and Booktuber that is going in the jar is Wolf's Whistle, and she has recommended Stephen Fry's The Liar. So that is going to be her pick. So when I get round to this one, I will be telling you more about it. Next one going in the jar, and that is from the lovely Nicole from Dorker Brain, and she has recommended The Rook by Daniel O'Malley. Next going into the jar is Rhiannon from the Little Library, and she has recommended All Our Yesterdays by Kristin Terrell. Next going in the jar is Kirsty from Kirsty on Books, When I Forgot by Alina Hervonen. Next to go in the jar is Spring-Heeled Jack by Mark Hodder, and that's from Caitlin at Kitty G. Next to go in the jar is from Tanya at List Obsessed Reader, and is Shadowfell by Juliette Marillier. Next going in the jar is from Yamini at The Skeptical Reader, and she's picked Hyperion by Dan Simmons. Next to go in the jar is from Patty at I Smell Books, and she's picked The Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. Next to go in the jar is from Vanessa Boutino of Channel of the Same Name, and she's picked Cushel's Dart by Jacqueline Carey. Next to go in the jar is You Don't Have to Say You Love Me by Sarah Manning, and that was picked for me by the lovely Carolyn Storer. Next to go in the jar is another one from Tanya at List Obsessed Reader. She gave me a few and I decided I'm going to put them all in, and she picked Wildwood Dancing, again by Juliette Marillier. So I thought, well, if I pick hers out, I can 1 month do 2 books, and yeah, I couldn't decide between the two. So this is the second one from her. The next one to go in is from the lovely Michelle at Fluttering Butterflies, and she picked Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta. And finally, the lovely Victoria Harris has picked for me Swords Point by Ellen Kushner. So that's all the books that have been picked for me. Here's my jar. Let's put the lid on. Roll on January 2016.